Hey, what's up everybody? It's the People's Crypto and I'm back with another video. In this video, I wanted to discuss many things, including retirement, pensions, and so many other things. States being broke, it's pretty overwhelming. Please keep in mind that this video is for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research and please seek out a financial advisor if you're looking to make any investments. Alright, so let's jump right into it. So, if you aren't aware, it is 2020 and things are extremely bad. But things have actually been bad for quite some time. It's just that most people haven't really been paying attention because before we had things like basketball, hockey, football, wrestling, we had reality shows. We had so many things distracting us that we didn't really pay attention to what was really going on. And it's funny because as some of these things start to return to television, people are getting distracted again. But that's by design because they don't want you to really know what's really going on. And what's really going on can actually make you pretty stressed out and pretty concerned and even scared. So there's an article here, and it says states are broke and many are eyeing massive cuts. Here's how yours is doing. So this, because of the COVID-19 pandemic or the public health crisis, if you will, they're basically using that as the scapegoat for basically everything getting bad. But in reality, things have been bad since probably 2008, 2009. Those problems that occurred in that particular year weren't fixed or solved. So what they did was they did this thing called quantitative easing. Now that's something that basically means that governments just print out more money to solve whatever problems that they're having. The bad thing about that is that actually did not solve any problem. It's like putting a giant gauze or a band-aid on a gunshot wound. It's like it's not really going to fix the wound. It's just gonna mask the problem, and that's what's been going on. States have been broke for quite some time, and it's going to get far worse because now revenues are down. Because most people aren't really driving like how they used to. They're not really getting tickets. The city hasn't really been, many cities have not been getting, or in states have not been getting a lot of revenue from the high traffic that normally occurs within these cities and states. Whether, for example, New York, we are used to getting millions and millions of people coming to New York City to travel, to go to the Statue of Liberty, to go to Times Square and take pictures of the naked cowboy, the naked cowgirl. I think we even have a naked DJ. They're not really naked, they're in their underwears, or they're in their undies. But now that has all stopped. So now it's literally a ghost town. And it's not just in New York. It's in New Orleans. It's in Los Angeles. It's in Las Vegas. It is every single state that has had this high volume of people coming in to visit and spending money. Now that money is not being spent. People are not taking Ubers. They're not getting in cabs. They're not going into restaurants. They're not doing anything. They're not being allowed here. And also other countries do not want their citizens to come here because we're like the epicenter for this public health crisis. So we're missing out on tons of revenue for all of these small businesses and also for all of these states. So imagine a place like Vegas where they need people to come in and gamble and lose their money. Now, no one is going to Las Vegas to gamble and lose their money. So there's even an article, I didn't pull it up, but there is an article circulating online where the Vegas casinos have actually rig the machines to make you lose your money 10 times faster because no one's actually gambling in the casinos. So the casinos, if you've looked, their stocks have been doing horrible. Revenues are down. They're cutting. They're terminating employees. They're reducing their pay. I think the furloughs have turned into permanent job loss. And that's all because of this, supposedly, because of this public health crisis. But in reality, things have just been always bad. It's just that because people were allowed to travel and spend money, we haven't seen what was really going on. Now, with this public health crisis, now the veil has been unlifted, and now we see the skeletons coming out of the closets. So this particular article, it goes on to say, it says from March to May, 46 states saw revenues drop compared with the same period last year. And obviously last year things were a lot better because we did not have this public health crisis. But now with this public health crisis now present, and these lockdowns that are occurring, and the social distancing and all of these other things that have been implemented for the common good of public health and for safety and security for the American public, or whatever other country you're in, because it's almost similar. It's been bad. It says some states still seeking federal help. It says in March, Congress worked quickly to pass an aid package worth $2 trillion called the CARES Act, which offered relief to states and local governments, individuals, small and large businesses, and hospitals affected by the public health crisis. It's just so much to take in. It's not even funny. Let's take a look at another article which hammers this in even more. And this is here in New York. It says Cuomo, New York State is basically bankrupt. It says the New York Governor Andrew Cuomo revealed the public health crisis outbreak has left his state basically bankrupt. Cuomo made his remarks in a Thursday radio interview on WAMC. I represent New York, he said. President Donald Trump wants to make sure his responsive to New York. He knows that it has... I'm sorry, I'm like so sleepy. He knows that it's his responsibility, and in his situation, if he delivers for New York, I'll say it. If he doesn't, I'll say it. Yeah, I mean, they could point the finger all they want, but a lot of this stuff New York was already doing bad. I can tell you here, since I'm in the state, they have put speed cameras, and it's not just in New York, because I hear it's also in Washington. I believe in Florida they also removed their speed cameras because it was actually causing a lot of accidents because people would be speeding and then it would slam on the brakes and then it would cause these crazy accidents. So they actually, the people there did something unlike the people here in New York did. They actually stood up and basically complained, and they got those speed cameras at least turned off. I think they're still there, but they're turned off. They haven't been using them, but here in New York, it is a hot mess. I've just gotten one the other day, and honestly, it's so weird because I was going, I think, maybe 40 miles per hour, not even necessarily fast, and if you go over 25 miles per hour, they proclaim it is a school zone, and the schools are nowhere near where I was going 40 miles per hour. So it's honestly, it's just a way to steal more money from the citizens here, because it's like in this article, it says New York City is basically bankrupt, and every city and state is basically bankrupt. So what they're going to try to do is basically squeeze the pockets of the people here in all of the states. So that's their mission, is to squeeze the pockets. That stimulus that we received, they're going to take it right back once they put in more speed cameras. They're going to go for traffic infractions. Here in New York, we have state troopers, and we also have the New York traffic enforcers and NYPD pumping out tickets as if it's a concert to your favorite artist. Like they're like giving these tickets away like it's literally you're going to a weekend concert or something. Like, it's really ridiculous. But it's gonna get worse, and this is why you need crypto. You need gold, silver, or crypto, because honestly, they want to steal from the public. That's what they want. They just want to steal your money. Whatever you're making, they're going to take it right back. If we do get another stimulus, they're going to take it right back with these tickets, with these fines. If you own a restaurant, they also hit you with crazy fines, and it's not for public safety purposes. It's for them to generate revenue. Let's take a look at another article. This one says, is Chicago the next Detroit? And this one, I believe, was from January of last year. And this one, I'll just read some of it. It says, how bad are Chicago's debts? It says, including pensions, bonds, and other liabilities. It says, is Chicago the next Detroit? That is, in my prior article, I discussed a proposal for prepackaged bankruptcy that would be designed exclusively to shed unaffordable pension liabilities. Absent such an action, are Chicago's finances so catastrophically bad that it's headed to bankruptcy in the same manner as Detroit experienced it in 2014. So you have Chicago, you have New York. There's so many other states. Like, this is ridiculous. It's like, what is going on? What are they doing with the money? We're paying crazy amounts of taxes. They're hitting us left and right with these traffic violations or fines. We pay car registrations. We pay all of these things, and for some reason they seem to can't really figure out how to manage the budget. I don't know what is going on. It is completely ridiculous. It's safe to say that it's not just the states, but the whole United States in whole is bankrupt. So, if we're bankrupt, then they're probably going to do more quantitative easing, which is just printing out more money. Unfortunately, that's going to lead to inflation, and in the very worst case, hyperinflation. I can already tell you that food prices have been going up almost every month, and it's just ridiculous. It's just so much to really talk about. And let's take a look at the California Public Employees Retirement System. And this is CalPERS on the brink of insolvency. Now, this is from March 4th, 2018. So a lot of these problems persisted before this whole public health crisis even came into existence. I personally believe it is just a scapegoat, and they're going to use this to basically blame it on every single mismanaged city and state budget, retirement system failure. They're just going to blame everything on it. It's the perfect excuse. They can say, because of X, Y, and Z, it is completely ruined. They didn't think this was going to happen. It slowed the economy down. It's made things far worse. So it seems like that's what they're going to do. Unfortunately, here in the States and many other places, it's going to be one of those things where we're going to have probably global hyperinflation, which is insane. I would say right now we're probably having deflation, but that's going to change real quick. And this one is from this year. It says why Congress probably isn't going to let states go bankrupt. So, it's the whole blame game. Oh, it's the Democrats, it's the Republicans. Honestly, I personally believe it doesn't matter what party you're for, you're gonna get screwed. These people do not care about the American people. If you're in another country, it's the same thing. Whoever's in charge there, they don't care about the people in that country as long as they're lining their pockets. Their families are good. That's all they care about. They don't care about the ordinary citizen. They may want to point the finger at the other party. The other party may point the finger at them. But truth be told, 99% of these politicians or these people in charge, they are all bought and paid for by corporations, and they will do what is in the best interest for the corporations or the powers that be that, reside behind the curtain. Because all of these people are puppets. They're going to make it seem like it's this party, it's that. It's a whole charade. It's a big, gigantic charade. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter who's in office. We're going to get hyperinflation. It doesn't matter what country you're in. You're going to get hyperinflation. This is the main reason why you should get yourself some gold, silver, and Bitcoin. Gold has hit all-time highs. Silver is not too far behind, and it's going to be following in gold footsteps. And also we have Bitcoin, which will be doing a crazy move in probably the next couple months. It's not so much that Bitcoin is great. I was going to say it's not great, but it is great because it's completely decentralized. It's far removed from this crazy money printing that's taking place in all fiat currencies, because they're all printing it out. They do not care. They are devaluing all the fiat currencies, and it seemed like this is an entirely planned and orchestrated thing. If you watch my previous videos, you'd see the Economist magazine from January 1988, where it has that phoenix standing over all the world's fiat, burning. Like, this was definitely planned. It's just they wanted to wait for the perfect opportunity to put this thing in play, and it seems like this is what they want to use to do it. It's essentially a controlled demolition, and unfortunately all fiat currencies will go to zero, and then they will probably issue a digital government-backed fiat currency sometime in maybe the next couple of years, because it seems that's what they're aiming for. I'd probably say before maybe 2025. But it's all coming to fruition because that's what they wanted. Let's take a look at another article. And it says the coming pension crisis is so big that it's a problem for everyone. Now, this article was from May 2019. And it's more or less the same thing. Like the pensions, the cities, the states, the government, like it's completely gone to, excuse my French, it's gone to shit. Yeah. So it's not looking good. The only thing that can ultimately save you is if you are stacking gold and silver, and if you're stacking sats. If you're getting yourself Bitcoin, fractions of Bitcoin, it is still relatively cheap. It is not too late. I'm going to be honest. I don't think it'll be too late until it reaches maybe over $100,000. I think after that it might be too late. But then even still won't be too late. Just get in while you still can. I think maybe $100 and change can get you 1,000,000 Satoshis, which is not bad. So just dollar cost average. And let's take a look at the US debt clock. Right now the US national debt is $26 trillion. I mean, we're going to be probably 27 trillion or 28 trillion in maybe a year or so, or maybe a lot sooner than that. This will never be paid off. It is a big giant joke, and yeah, they're going to probably tax us more. We'll probably get hyperinflation. It's just going to be a whole bunch of crazy things that's happening in the next coming years, and then it's not going to be pretty, especially if you're still in dollars. But yeah, it's not looking good. Let's take a look at the current crypto prices. So right now we have Bitcoin at $11,828.13, and it just changed. Ethereum is $394.26, XRP is 30 cents, Tether is $1, Bitcoin Cash is $300.68, Chainlink is $13.19, Bitcoin SV is $222.37, Litecoin is $58.16, Cardano is 14 cents, and Binance coin is $22.40. And that's going to wrap it up for the top 10 cryptocurrencies. That is going to do it for this video. If you are listening on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're listening to LBRY, please repost, leave a tip if you want, and share the video as well. Please do not forget to go to the cryptocurrencyspace.com for your latest news, prices, and videos. Also, let's take a quick look at the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index real quick. Haven't done that before. Let's see how Bitcoin is doing in the overall market. What's the general sentiment? That's if this thing loads. Alright, whatever, it's not loading. But anywho, I think that is going to do it for this video. And I will see you later.